Hi, and welcome back to the SolidWorks Basics course. Today we keep it simple and practical. In the previous sessions, we covered most sketch tools you need for design. Today we finish the remaining ones. Today we'll cover fillet and chamfer, and we also introduce the point tool. Quick and practical. To use these tools, let's begin by creating a simple sketch on a plane. Pick one of the main planes. For example, click Front Plane, then Start Sketch. Follow along on your screen. For fillet and chamfer, we need a profile with sharp corners. So we start with a simple rectangle. So I'll draw a rectangle. Then I'll explain what fillet and chamfer actually do. Watch the yellow preview. Adjust it until smooth. Undo if needed. Very common in practice. First, what are these tools for? In many real parts, we often need them. We want to remove sharp and cutting corners, so the part is safer to handle. Watch the yellow preview. Adjust it until smooth. We do that by rounding or beveling the corner using fillet or chamfer. Watch the yellow preview. It also improves the look of the part. We apply fillet and chamfer on sketch corners. Watch the yellow preview. On the corners of your sketch, anywhere two lines meet, you can apply them. Click the small arrow next to the icon. SolidWorks shows both tools. Let's start with fillet first, step by step. Watch the yellow preview. Adjust it until smooth. Here you can set the fillet radius. Right now it is set to 10 millimeters. You can increase it with these arrows. Each click adds 10 millimeters to the radius. Watch the yellow preview, or you can type a value directly, for example, 55 millimeters. Adjust it until smooth. Undo if needed. Just remember to check your units when you open SolidWorks and start a new part. Undo if needed. For example, click this corner. The yellow preview shows the fillet before you apply it. You can adjust the radius up or down, and when it looks good, you can apply it. Click OK, and the fillet is created on that corner. Adjust it until smooth. You can also fillet multiple corners at the same time. Let's reduce the radius a little. Select this corner, and this one too, and also this corner here. Now click OK, and all those fillets are applied together. Watch the yellow preview. Adjust it until smooth. Great. Now I'll delete this sketch and start clean for the next example. Draw another rectangle for the chamfer example. We work with chamfer. In SolidWorks, there are two main chamfer types. The first one is distance. It uses two distances to define the chamfer. Here you set the distance value. It is 10 millimeters now, but you can change it. You can increase it here. Notice the equal distance option is checked right now. Preview first, then OK. That means both sides use the same distance. Like fillet, chamfer is applied on corners. For example, click this corner to preview a chamfer on the sketch. You can see a bevel preview. Here it is showing 30 millimeters on both sides. With equal distances on both edges, SolidWorks creates that chamfer shape. If you want to change it, you can undo. Then enter a different value. Preview first, then OK. Good for straight edges. If you uncheck equal distance, you can set different distances for each side. Example, set distance 1 to 50 millimeters, right here, and set the second distance to 20 millimeters. Then click the corner. Now you get a chamfer with two different distances on the two edges. Now let's undo and look at the second chamfer type, angle distance. This type is defined by one distance and one angle. First, set the distance and adjust it up or down as you need. For example, I'll set the distance to 30 millimeters, then set the angle to 70 degrees. Now when I click a corner, SolidWorks shows a preview of the chamfer. It is a chamfer based on that distance and angle combination. Click OK, and the chamfer is applied. Try a few values. Chamfer is not only for rectangles. Anywhere you have a corner in a sketch, you can apply it. You can apply a chamfer or a fillet on that corner the same way. For example, here two lines meet and create a corner at this point. I can activate fillet, then add a small fillet right here on that corner. Alright, that was Fillet and Chamfer. Let's delete these. Next tool is Point. Lets you place points by clicking in the sketch area wherever you need them. Click to place a point. Later you can use those points in your design for references or constraints. Let's delete these. Another tool here is Text, which writes text on your sketch. Click Text for this example, and let's place text on this rectangle. I want to place text on this edge of the rectangle along that line. Click Clear Selections. Then select this edge as the text path. Pick an edge as path. Now type something, for example, SolidWorks, and you will see it appear. Keep it readable. The text is there, but it is very small, so we need to scale it. Here you can change the font, increase the size, then click OK. Now you can see the text is larger. You can also adjust character spacing. And you have other options as well, like alignment and placement settings. For example, you can center the text on the edge and try other settings too. Explore these options and see what fits your design best. Keep it readable. So we used all the tools in this section. Now let's talk about Smart Dimension, a very important and widely used tool. As the name suggests, Smart Dimension is intelligent and it is easy to use. It is the main way to add dimensions to your sketch and control size. For example, if you want to set the length and width of this rectangle, click one edge, then click again to place the dimension text. Type the value, press Enter. This controls sketch size. By default, it may show a value like 4326, which is a very large size. If I type 500, nothing changes. Why does that happen in this case? Type the value, press Enter. This controls sketch size because this is the first dimension I created in this sketch. Now I add the width dimension, for example, 10 millimeters, on this side. Type the value, press Enter. Press Enter, and you can see the rectangle becomes much smaller. This controls sketch size. Now let's create a new part using New, so you can see this behavior again. Start a sketch on a plane and draw another corner rectangle. Now I select an edge with Smart Dimension. Type the value, press Enter. And I type 10 millimeters. Nothing changes again, just like before. Why? Because the first dimension is used as the fit to screen reference. All later dimensions scale from that first one. So, if I type 70 here, the sketch scales up. It looks large compared to the first 10 millimeter reference, so the sketch scales up. I'll press Ctrl+Z to undo and go back. Let's go back, and I'll share one last tip for faster workflow. I'll delete this. We will cover Smart Dimension in more detail next session. But now, here's a faster way to access tools. If you hold the right mouse button, SolidWorks opens a shortcut wheel. Then you move the mouse to pick a tool. You get a shortcut wheel with icons you can select quickly. Hold right-click for wheel. Move to pick a tool. For example, move the mouse to the left to select line. Now you can use the line tool immediately without searching the toolbar. And if you hold right-click again, the shortcut wheel appears instantly. It saves a lot of time. Move the mouse up to select Smart Dimension. Then release, and you can dimension right away. Or move right to pick circle. Hold right-click for the wheel. Move to pick a tool. Or move down for corner rectangle. From here on, when you need speed, use the right-click wheel, not menus. That's it for today. See you in the next video in the next lesson. Thanks for watching.